It was Lauren Davis's wedding day, the happiest moment of her life. Smiling at Ethan Cooper, everything seemed perfect, until her phone buzzed. One unexpected message appeared. Her heart stopped, her smile froze. Something was terribly wrong. That single message threatened to shatter everything she thought she knew. Ethan Cooper was the perfect fiancé, at least. That's how he appeared to everyone. Charming, attentive, and always smiling, he had a way of making Lauren Davis feel safe and loved. Friends and family admired him, praising how thoughtful and considerate he was. To the outside world, he seemed flawless, the kind of man you'd trust with your entire heart. But beneath that charming exterior, Ethan carried secrets. Small lies, hidden messages, and subtle evasions hinted at a side Lauren never expected. He was skilled at hiding his true self, masking dishonesty with a practiced smile and carefully chosen words. Each gesture, each whispered promise, was a performance designed to maintain trust while keeping his secrets intact. As their wedding approached, his behaviors began to shift imperceptibly. Little excuses, fleeting glances at his phone, and moments of unexplained tension crept into their relationship. To Lauren, these were just minor quirks, easily overlooked in the whirlwind of wedding planning, but they were the first signs of the betrayal that would soon shatter her world. Ethan Cooper was the man she loved, yet he was also the architect of the heartbreak that lay just around the corner. As the wedding day drew closer, Lauren Davis began noticing small, odd behaviors in Ethan Cooper. Nothing huge at first, just little things that didn't sit right. A delayed response to her texts, a nervous glance when she mentioned plans, a tone that seemed rehearsed rather than genuine. Each tiny inconsistency felt like a whisper she wanted to ignore. Ethan's phone habits started to change. He kept it face down, moved it away when she entered the room, and sometimes took calls in another part of the house. When Lauren asked, he offered excuses. Just work stress, family matters, nothing to worry about. His charm never faltered, yet the secrecy created a growing unease she couldn't shake. Emotionally, there was a subtle distance between them. Moments that used to feel warm and effortless now carried tension she couldn't explain. Her gut warned her something was wrong, yet her mind questioned itself. Was she overthinking? Was she imagining problems where there were none? Despite the discomfort gnawing at her, Lauren chose to smile and ignore the warning signs. She wanted to trust Ethan fully, to believe that their love could withstand anything, even the faintest shadows of doubt. The moment Lauren Davis opened the message, the world seemed to stop. Her heart pounded as the words on her screen revealed everything she had feared but never wanted to believe. Ethan Cooper, the man she loved and trusted completely, had been hiding a secret life all along. Every smile, every whispered promise, every shared plan, it was all a carefully constructed illusion. Lauren's hands trembled, her mind raced, and a cold numbness settled over her. She reread the message, hoping for a mistake, a misinterpretation. But the proof was undeniable. The lies Ethan had woven over months, the hidden conversations, the carefully crafted deceptions, they all connected now in a horrifying picture of betrayal. Around her, the wedding preparations continued as if nothing had changed. But Lauren felt frozen, trapped in a silence filled with heartbreak. The trust that had formed the foundation of her relationship with Ethan shattered, completely in that instant. She wanted to scream, to confront him, but words failed. There was no turning back. The moment had arrived when innocence collided with reality. Lauren Davis knew with painful clarity that her life, her future, and everything she believed about love had been exposed as a lie. After the truth hit, Lauren Davis felt as though the ground had vanished beneath her feet. The dreams she had carefully built with Ethan Cooper, the home they planned, the trips they would take, the life they imagined together, crumbled instantly. Each memory now felt like a cruel joke, tainted by deception. Emotionally, she collapsed. Tears came unbidden, yet did little to soothe the ache inside. The laughter and celebrations around her seemed distant, hollow echoes in a world that had suddenly turned cold. Family and friends continued their joyous routines, oblivious to the storm raging in her heart. Isolation settled in. Even amidst loved ones, Lauren felt utterly alone, questioning every choice she had made. Had she been blind to the signs? Had she ignored her instincts? Confusion and self-doubt gnawed at her relentlessly, leaving her trapped between anger and sorrow. Days blurred together as the weight of betrayal pressed down. settling into a deep, quiet pain. Lauren realized that healing wouldn't be immediate. First, she needed to face the emptiness, accept the loss, and prepare herself for the long journey of reclaiming control over her life. After the pain settled into a heavy silence, Lauren Davis made a choice that surprised even herself. She would stay calm. No shouting. No emotional confrontation. Ryan Collins didn't deserve her tears or her weakness. Instead, she chose control. On the surface, nothing changed. Lauren smiled when expected, spoke normally, and played her role perfectly. But inside, she was alert, watching, listening. Every word Ryan said, every excuse he gave, every careless move became part of a growing pattern she could no longer ignore. She observed him quietly, how he guarded his phone, how his stories shifted slightly each time, how confidence made him careless. Lauren began collecting proof, saving messages, remembering dates, connecting details she once brushed aside. The truth was forming piece by piece, and this time it was undeniable. There was no rush. Lauren understood that timing mattered more than anger. The right moment would expose everything without her having to raise her voice. She waited patiently, knowing one thing for certain now. When the truth finally came out, Ryan Collins would have nowhere left to hide. As days passed, Lauren Davis began to reclaim herself. The shock and heartbreak had faded just enough for clarity to set in. Calm replaced panic, and confidence returned. She no longer allowed Ethan Cooper's charm or false words to manipulate her. Each interaction became a test, and she was quietly winning. Ethan, still unaware of how much Lauren had noticed, grew careless. His small lies, hidden messages, and evasions became sloppy, leaving gaps Lauren had been waiting for. The man who once seemed untouchable was beginning to falter under her silent observation. Slowly, the authority in their relationship shifted. Where Ethan once dictated the tone, Lauren now led silently. Her composure and quiet confidence unsettled him in ways no confrontation could. Family and friends, still unaware of the betrayal, started sensing the subtle tension as Lauren's presence became more commanding. Inside, Lauren's strength grew with every passing moment. She was no longer the naive bride overwhelmed by deceit. She was strategic, observant, and ready. The stage was set for her final move, the moment when truth and justice would finally collide. The moment Lauren Davis had been waiting for finally arrived. Surrounded by family and friends, she stood tall, calm, and composed, every heartbeat echoing the silent strength she had built. Ethan Cooper smiled confidently, completely unaware that the carefully observed truths were about to unravel his perfect facade. With deliberate calm, Lauren began speaking, presenting the messages, hidden calls, and undeniable proof she had collected. Each lie, every secret, every deception was laid bare in front of everyone. Ethan's confident smile faltered. His words stumbled, and he became visibly shaken. The carefully crafted illusions he had relied upon crumbled instantly. Family members gasped, whispers spread, and disbelief filled the room. Ethan, once commanding and charming, was left speechless, exposed, and powerless. The power balance had shifted completely. Where he had once dictated the narrative, Lauren now held control, her quiet strength amplifying the impact of the revelation. There was no shouting, no dramatics, just truth, justice, and the calm satisfaction of exposing betrayal. In that moment, Lauren Davis reclaimed her life, her dignity, and her power. Karma had done its work, and the man who had tried to manipulate her now faced the consequences of his lies. The moment Lauren Davis had been preparing for finally arrived. Surrounded by family and friends, she stood with calm confidence, every eye on her as the tension in the room thickened. Ethan Cooper, still smiling, unaware of the storm about to hit, believed he was in control. Lauren began speaking slowly, deliberately, presenting the evidence she had collected, hidden messages, secret calls, and all the inconsistencies Ethan had tried to hide. Each lie he had told was exposed, every deception laid bare. The charm he once wielded so effortlessly crumbled under the weight of undeniable truth. Ethan's confident demeanor faltered. His words stumbled, his excuses meaningless. The room went silent as whispers spread, eyes widened, and the reality of his betrayal became impossible to ignore. The power he had held for so long shifted completely. Lauren, composed and unshaken, now commanded the room, her quiet strength amplifying the impact of the revelation. There was no yelling, no dramatic spectacle, just truth. justice, and a sense of balance restored. Karma had arrived, leaving Ethan speechless and powerless, and Lauren standing taller than ever. After the confrontation, Lauren Davis finally felt the weight of betrayal lift from her shoulders. The chaos that had consumed her life, the heartbreak, the lies, the endless questioning of trust began to fade, leaving space for clarity and peace. She no longer carried the fear or doubt that Ethan Cooper had implanted. Self-respect, once shaken, was fully restored. Lauren realized that she didn't need to cling to a life built on deception. Her worth was independent of anyone else's actions. Freedom flowed through her, not just from Ethan's lies, but from the emotional chains that had held her captive for weeks. With a clear vision of her life moving forward, Lauren embraced the lessons of the past. She understood the importance of intuition, patience, and self-trust. The pain she endured had transformed into strength, making her wiser, more resilient, and ready to face the world on her own terms. Lauren Davis had survived betrayal, and in doing so, discovered a power she never knew she possessed. Life could break her, but it could also rebuild her, stronger and more determined than ever. Betrayal taught Lauren the value of trust, self-worth, and resilience. Heartbreak can break you, but it can also build strength. Pay attention to your instincts, protect your heart, and never settle for deceit. And what would you do in my place?